Espresso, Americano, Doppio, and up to 16 different drinks. That's what you can prepare with the De'Longhi Magnifica Plus fully automatic coffee maker, all at the touch of a button, and with the incomparable aroma of freshly ground coffee beans. If you want to see how each drink is prepared and understand what makes them different, don't miss this video where we'll explain everything in detail. Let's start by taking a look at the black coffee drinks the Magnifica Plus can prepare. Specifically, this machine offers the drinks you can see on screen right now. As you can see, the difference between them mainly comes down to the amount of water and ground coffee used in each preparation. In addition, each of these drinks can be customized, within certain limits, by adjusting the amount of water used. But the best way to understand it is to see it in action. Let's start by preparing an espresso. As you probably know, espresso is characterized by using a small amount of water to achieve a more intense coffee flavor. As you can see, the coffee has a great color and that classic crema layer typical of espresso drinks. In this case, the machine comes pre-configured to use about 1.35 fluid ounces of water, although this amount can be adjusted to use more or less water. To make this adjustment, simply press the icon below the drink symbol and select one of the 4 available levels: S, M, L, or XL. Here you can see an example of the minimum and maximum espresso volume that this coffee maker can deliver. Another interesting feature is that you can prepare 2 espressos at the same time by placing 2 cups under the dual spouts. However, there is one detail about this function that I'm not completely convinced about. The machine doesn't grind coffee twice. Instead, it uses the same amount of coffee as for a regular espresso and simply adds twice as much water. As a result, these 2 espressos will be less intense than if you prepared them separately. Moving on to other drinks, within this same category we find the Doppio, which is essentially an espresso that uses both a larger amount of coffee and more water. During preparation, the machine grinds for a longer time, which shows that it uses a larger coffee dose. However, it also adds a significantly larger amount of water, so the result is not necessarily a much stronger espresso, but rather a larger one. Still, if you enjoy longer espressos, this can be a very interesting option. Looking at other drinks with a much higher water ratio, we have what De'Longhi simply calls coffee in its models. As you'll see, the machine uses roughly the same amount of coffee beans as it does for an espresso, but adds much more water. Specifically, this drink is pre-configured to serve about 6 fluid ounces of water, although it can be adjusted to deliver between 3.4 and 8.1 fluid ounces. Because this coffee is diluted with more water, the result is a much smoother and lighter drink than espresso. And here it is, our coffee. As you can see, it still has a nice color and a good crema layer, even though it contains more water. Next, let's look at the filter-style coffee option. As you'll notice, the preparation is quite similar to the previous one. The difference is that halfway through the process, as you can see now, the machine performs a second grinding cycle. This means it uses twice as much coffee as in the previous preparation, resulting in a stronger, long coffee. In this case, the drink is pre-configured to use about 5.4 fluid ounces of water, slightly less than the previous drink, although it can be adjusted between 3.9 and 8.5 fluid ounces. The next drink is the Americano. This coffee is prepared by brewing an espresso first and then adding a generous amount of hot water. The result is a smooth and light coffee. As you can see, the color of the drink is noticeably lighter. Finally, the last option is hot water for tea or infusions. To prepare it, we need to remove the latte crema system and insert the hot water spout accessory that comes with the De'Longhi Magnifica Plus. As you can see, the machine starts dispensing hot water so you can easily prepare your favorite tea or infusion. The water temperature is quite high, so you won't have any trouble preparing tea or similar drinks. Here you can see all the black coffee drinks side by side, in the same order we prepared them, so you can better appreciate their differences. In addition to all these drinks, the De'Longhi Magnifica Plus can also prepare iced versions of coffee and Americano. However, we should mention that this is probably one of our least favorite features of this machine. The only thing it really does is remind you to add ice to your glass. The drink itself is still brewed hot, just like the other recipes, so honestly we don't see much benefit in this function. And that covers all the black coffee drinks this model can prepare. If you'd like to see all the milk drinks that the De'Longhi Magnifica Plus can make, or learn how to adjust additional settings to customize your drinks even further, don't miss the videos coming up next. We hope this video helped clarify any questions about the coffee drinks available on the De'Longhi Magnifica Plus. See you in the next video.